Hi, I'm Maggie,
Hi, I'm Grace, and this is
a very bookish podcast.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 26 of a Very Bookish podcast. Today's guest is a very special guest. We have Kayla from A Court of Kayla. How are you today, Kayla?
I am good. How are you guys?
I just got back from work, so I work at Barnes & Noble, so I drove home really fast, did a couple emails for guests that are coming on, and then I was like, oh my gosh, Kayla is in 30 minutes. We have 30 minutes before Kayla's coming. I was like, oh gosh, I gotta fix my makeup. I gotta do my hair. I had to brush it and everything. And then I was texting Grace and Grace didn't know. And I was like, Grace.
Whoa.
Yes.
As many of our listeners know, I am notorious for being late and forgetful. And it wasn't that I forgot. It's more that we have a lot of things today. And
we have our book club meeting as well later tonight. So
a lot's been happening today. But it's been a pretty good day so far. Pretty good week as well. A lot of interesting things happened this week.
Yeah, a lot of interesting things happened this week that are going to be happening for us in the future that I am very excited about.
Yes.
I can't say yet, but it has to do, kind of a hint, it has to do with Elle Kennedy and the deal. I'm not going to say with anything about it, but it has to do something with that. So Kayla, to start it off, can you give us a background on your TikTok and your Instagram and stuff, and how you all got started on TikTok?
Yeah, totally. Okay, so I am A Court of Kayla. My name's Kayla. I go by Kayla Rose a lot, like the sign. And I have a TikTok and an Instagram where I post a lot of book content. And I really got my start off of the ACOTAR fandom and ACOTAR talk, or that little niche in book talk as a whole. And I'm kind of known for cosplaying Feyre from the A Court of Thorns and Roses series by Sarah J. Maas.
Yeah.
Honestly, when I remember first seeing your cosplay, and I was stuck for a quick minute because I was like, what? This is so good. And it kind of completely blew me away because when you think of Feyre, you think of her as very feminine and very pretty and otherworldly beautiful. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is her. And the title of Feyre has definitely been bestowed on you very righteously. So just had to throw that in there. You have by far one of the best Feyre cosplays ever.
You are the high lady of book talk.
Literally.
You guys are so kind. Oh my gosh.
Well, it's funny.
Thank you.
I was reading, I read ACOTAR. I read it before, ACOTAR talk really went viral. And, you were one of, the first people that I saw pop up doing, with Beth, the cosplays and stuff for ACOTAR. And at first I saw you, and I was like, wait, hold on a sec. When you, take your glasses off and look, and then you're like, whoa, this is too real. Because it's funny, because, I think everybody has, what Feyre is. And, we've seen all, the Feyre fan art and stuff, and then you look at Kayla and you're like, nope, that's what Feyre looks like.
Oh my god. I'm so honored.
We're ultimate hype women right now. But so kind of to get it started, what did you, so when you first created your book talk and your bookstagram, what were you thinking? You were just doing it for fun. Were you planning on it to be this big? You have almost 220K now?
Yeah, definitely not. When I first started TikTok, I had this dinky little account that was these really, really bad point of views. That's my first introduction to TikTok, because I was like, I'm never gonna download it. Okay. And then quarantine happened, and I think it was May, I finally caved, right? And I saw these point of view compilations on YouTube, and I was like, hey, I like to act, I like to do stuff, that sounds fun. They are all privated, you will not be able to find them anymore, because they were very bad. But it wasn't until one of my followers, because I have a booktube, I haven't posted anything in a while, but I have in the past, and one of my followers from there knew how much I enjoyed the ACOTAR series and kind of what it meant to me, and tagged me in a video with Chris Barnett, that guy. and then was like, oh my God, like he did a resand, like a video. And then, so then I jokingly like duetted as Feyre, and then it kind of like blew up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I
And
remember
then
that
I just
video.
went from there.
Yep. I
Yeah,
remember that.
your videos are your first, at least the first video on your page has 78.6K views, and it is not ACOTAR content as you thought, as people would most likely think. I think that's it's interesting.
Oh, wait, is it a Hunger Games thing?
It is the self-deprecating POV, which I can relate to a lot. When I told you I would be scrolling through your feeds, I told
Hold up, let me look at that.
I am scrolling through your feeds to like check up on your videos and stuff, so I know what you post. But it's funny that like people will think like a lot of creators now are starting from like book talk on like as a book talk page, whereas like I didn't even start on book talk. I started on Star Wars makeup talk, and then I went to Star Wars, and then I went to book talk, which is the weirdest transition. But like when you started posting about A Court of Silver Flames, do you think writing that like high really helped promote like and being, let's just say, the face of Feyre? You are Feyre as it is. Do you think being Feyre and being fan casted as Feyre really skyrocketed and now allowed you to have a platform that you can now build further from the ACOTAR community?
Most definitely. I think without a doubt that was kind of like my ticket into it. And writing that is really what first attracted a lot of my followers and kind of built the foundation for my platform that now I'm like going off of and extending and like all that stuff.
Yeah, because like most of your content now is not really specified to a specific fandom. It's more kind of like a generalized, and in fantasy in general, like most people start off doing cosplay and they usually do it like with one character that they build on and they do pretty well. And then people end up falling in love with cosplay and in love with like acting out scenes. I mean, first of all, who doesn't love doing that? But not all of us are brave enough to film it and then post most of what we do. So big kudos to you, because I'm just getting into that, and I'm still kind of like timid about it. But I see like now when you get into that mode of being able to put pieces together and put like costumes together, the world opens up to possibilities. And that's like the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Because everybody sees it and everybody's just like, you know what, man, how often have we asked ourselves, man, how great would it feel to like run through the forest with like the garb and the corset and the dagger, and then to run in the field with the ball. Like we all feel that.
So
And
kind of going off of that and like being in cosplay and stuff, what started, so we saw you duetted that video and stuff, and like when you so you had a small account and then it grew as everybody does. Were you nervous when it came to the ACOTAR fandom and the fact we all know the ACOTAR fandom is the worst fandom you can be a part of because it is so toxic, and the fact that it's toxic because it's mostly minors in there who will bully you? Were you scared when you first came in, and did you get a lot of hate for it?
Yes, I was scared. I am still scared to this day. Like there's a reason why I've kind of taken a step back from posting favorite content lately, which we can talk about further if you want in a little bit. But without a doubt, yes, the ACOTAR fandom is terrifying and made me very nervous, or still does.
With what happened when it was released that ACOTAR was going to be made into a TV series, which I think that's when I really felt shame for the book, even the community as a whole. The fact that happened, and I remember you going live. Like I remember walking out of my test and seeing all the notifications, and then A Court of Kayla goes live, and I'm watching you, and you're curling your hair, but you're frantic, and you're like panicking, and you're like curling your hair, and then you're like, no, I can't, and then you're like curling your hair. Yeah, I can't. And it was the sweetest thing ever because you could tell how much you loved like the books. Like, yes, we can all agree that there are very problematic things with the books,
Oh
but
yeah.
it also hits a lot of people home. Like, I even feel a lot for it, but like I'm more connected to Throne of Glass, whereas like Grace is more connected to ACOTAR. So what was your initial reaction before you went on live when you first saw that ACOTAR was being made into a TV show?
I kind of went into shock. I had a panic attack. I'm pretty sure I was texting or I called Beth at some point. It's kind of a blur. And then I remember doing the live. Yes, I was very shook. It was very intense.
Oh yeah, and it's crazy because like that day, like it broke out, and then like an hour later, everyone knew. Everyone knew. It was
Yes.
everywhere. There were posts about it on Instagram.
Everything.
Every other post was about it. On Twitter, it went up, and then in TikTok, every other video. Do you guys? And then analyzing Josh's picture with like the notepad, and oh my gosh, it was insane.
That was a
Whole thing.
photo. That was too perfect of a placement.
I know. A part of me thinks that like there's no way that was like accidental, but you know, like things happen, but you know, that's neither here nor there. But
photo, and that was just happened to be like the corner of it, right?
Just the perfectly framed cut corner, like okay.
Come on.
Of all things, a sandwich.
Sandwich.
So, did you feel like, we all know you are the high lady of book talk and you are Feyre. So I'm just gonna, if I refer to you as Feyre, I'm so sorry if I just go, so Feyre.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
I'm going to do an episode where like we have like us interviewing like characters of characters. So if
that would be so much fun.
You as Feyre, Beth as like Nesta,
that would be like the most surreal moment for me because I love ACOTAR,
or like
as much as one can.
Like Manon, if Beth did Manon, like I think that would be perfect.
Yes. That I can't remember the exact username, but I know it's like those usernames when you see it, you don't really read it, but you know that who that person is. It's like Peach something cosplay, where she like calls. Yeah, she calls like all of like the characters on like FaceTime.
I think I know who you're talking about. Yes.
You know.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. I don't know the username, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, she's just like, oh, I'm just gonna call my friends, and she's in like an alien cosplay, and she's like calling everybody. Like she calls Manon, she calls like literally everybody, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't handle this. First off, I'm a huge crossover lover. So I love when multiple characters come together for like not even just like fictional characters, but also like TV shows and like superheroes. I love anything with multiple big characters. And so like if we ever did like a podcast episode with a whole bunch of fictional characters, I would die. Like no lie. That would
that was something I wanted to do, but that leads right into my question is, how did you feel? Was there a lot of pressure on you for like to find an audition, to be able to audition to be Feyre? How did you, I'm betting it was a lot to deal with.
Yeah. That whole weekend is still like a blur. I have like it's something I talk a lot about, but
wait, I think your headphones are like the sound is kind of going in and out.
Oh, wait. Can you hear me now?
No, it's kind of like going in and out.
Oh my god.
I will change.
Wait. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. Oh my gosh. Sorry to the people who wear headphones. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it sounded like you were like an alien.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Am I okay now? Okay, I had these Bluetooth ones in, but it seems that they may have decided to stop working. Okay, wait, where were we?
So my question was, how much pressure was there for you to audition to be Farah, and how did you deal with that pressure?
There was my phone, like right after Sarah announced it, went crazy, like with tags, all these people were following, like all these people were reaching out in my DMs. And it was kind of scary, like that whole weekend, not gonna lie. Cause like I what I was mentioning earlier when the whole thing with the audio was weird, is I have really severe anxiety, right? And so it like felt like all of a sudden like this really big, exciting, crazy thing was happening. And then I had my own like conflicting feelings with Feyre and the ACOTAR series and how much like it's meant to me and just like dealing with that. And then all of a sudden it's like all these people were looking at me. Like
Mhm.
all these eyes were on me. I couldn't even go on my phone. Beth can attest to this. I had like panic attack after panic attack and I was calling her crying. Beth is amazing. Like literally my rock. And one of our other friends, Lexi, I was talking to a lot too. And I just kind of like dissociated from most of it. Like I don't remember a lot of it, but I just remember feeling like everybody was looking at me and
Yeah.
like everybody was like expecting me to do something and like, okay, what's happening? And then me being like,
Nothing.
Yeah. That's the
bro,
hard part of like being in this fandom. Like if you have any like a big following and you're part of this fandom, you are supposed to you they expect you to know everything that Sarah knows. Like you're
yes,
supposed to they come to you for like all the information. They come to you for updates, they come to you for when casting call is, they come to you for like what the next books are going to be, who's going to be the next and it's just like hold on, they're just fans too. Like like it's not like, yeah, you guys create content for us and all of these things, but it's because you genuinely like to do it. But then it's like there's a boundary, like when you look at people and you have to see that they're just people too. They're just doing this because they like it. They're not doing it because they're getting paid to do it. They're not doing it because they're right up there to know every little thing and give you the access to it, because that's not how it works. Like first of all, a lot of people did not give any cosplayers even like the day to breathe it in, to feel excited about it.
yes.
You were automatically supposed to have an opinion about it. You were supposed to, is this good? Is this bad? You weren't even allowed to feel excited about it, even as like a fangirl yourself.
Yeah, and I think that's something that I mentioned earlier of like there were like three conflicting things happening in my head when it happened, and one of those very much was like me as a fan, me as somebody, because like Akhtar saved my life. Like I've talked about this before, but like specifically Court of Mist and Fury and relating to Feyre really pulled me out of like a really dark time. So
Mhm.
like these books are like my ride or die, like means so much to me. And so I had like all these conflicting things about that. And I know I and other cosplayers and people a part of this were also kind of struggling with like understanding what was first happening with the show, what we knew, what we didn't. And then all of a sudden, all these people, like I know it wasn't just like a me thing.
Mhm.
And it was just scary. Yeah.
I think it goes to show it wasn't like it was a mix of like a lot of people. It was a lot of like I think it's the younger audience who doesn't
Very intense.
you are a person like you like I don't think a lot of people realize, but a lot of people now do have anxiety and like in the fact that like I even was so anxious for like other people when like I was seeing people get hounded and Danielle was removed like was Twitter was so rude to her that she deleted her Twitter account when she followed she might have been interested in reading the books and that's why she followed Sarah J Maas, but everybody automatically assumed that she was going to be fan casted as Kara and then like shamed her like I it just is so triggering that like that happened and the fact that that made me so ashamed and like I've never really been a part of the Akatar like fandom where like I was making like Akatar videos but like I was doing like the memes so reacting to memes but it wasn't my whole thing and it just made me glad that I wasn't a part of that community anymore. And I think after that happened, there was a mass exodus from the Akatar fandom. And I think, what did you feel when you found out what happened with? Were you scared that that would happen to you?
Yes, I was horrified. So before that, I had actually the whole Daniela situation. Wait, is her name Daniela or Danielle? I watch her on Legacies, and she's
I
an
think
amazing actress.
you're on Legacies too.
Yeah.
Listen, oh my god,
Yes.
I think you're talking about this in the last episode. Cloud
Love the originals.
is my ride or die.
Yes.
But I think it might be Daniela. I'll look it up real quick. But
Danielle.
Yeah.
Danielle.
Danielle, well, when all that happened, I felt like ashamed because I had already been like, it's not an excuse, obviously, but I had been in my own world just dealing with my anxiety and stuff when all this was happening in the first place. And so then that all happened, and it was like, I just felt like ashamed.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like I had done something wrong because I was a part of the Actar fandom.
Mhm.
And at that point, I had started to distance myself because it's such a coincidence that this happened with Daniela because I have also gotten comments about Feyre, about like my weight, how I look, the fact that I have a rounder face, right? Like I don't have these super high, illustrious Fey cheekbones that some people have. And so like over the past couple months in the winter, I had been like getting comments and like messages being like, you don't even look like all this stuff, like comparing me to these like super perfect fan arts. And so I had already been like distancing myself for my own like mental health and posting less Feyre stuff because it became triggering because like I would post a video and then I'd get like I'd have a panic attack to be like, okay, well, do I look enough? Do people think, you know? And so I was working on kind of getting through that and separating that. And then all of this happened, then everything with Danielle happened, and it just felt like I was like punched like in the throat, like I was like knocked out.
Yeah.
Really, really quickly, because this is the thing that gets me so triggered. You are absolutely gorgeous. Okay, like quick pause on this subject because I need to set it straight.
You said
I
you
need to set it straight. Hold on. You were absolutely gorgeous. You look exactly like how I envisioned her. This series meant so much to me at that time too. And when I saw you come across my screen, it was like it came alive for me. And I know that it did that for so many other people. And for those people who say these stupid little itty bitty comments, they said that because they have something that they have to deal with. It has nothing to do with you and how you look because you are absolutely beautiful. You are an amazing person. You have a great personality. Like, as soon as you popped into this meeting, I knew that you were like the brightest person that I could possibly ever meet.
besides
So, besides Maggie with her darkness and everything. But like those people who have these comments and who say these things about people's bodies, they don't know anything about you or anything that makes you you or anything that made Danielle her. Like they don't understand. And they're the type of people who are not able to see beauty in people. And you are absolutely one of the most beautiful people that I have ever encountered. So if you ever need to like hear something, let me know because as soon as you were saying like, oh well, people came at you for your no, what? That's it, that's the worst thing that anybody could tell you. And that's me speaking as like a fuller figure girl who has always been fuller figure. And I get really touchy when somebody tries to come at people for their body type, for how they look, when they are literally the most beautiful people out there. Because it's like, no, I don't know what you're looking at, but that's not it. Because Kayla, honestly, I wish I could have an ounce of your beauty. It's like so magnetic. It's
you have this natural beauty where you looking at you, you're just I smile. Like you smile when your smile is so contagious that you're like, "Oh, I have to smile." No, don't cry. Don't
You're making me emotional.
it, I know exactly what you come from, and I think this leads to a larger issue of like the cosplay community and fans of the cosplay community and the gatekeeping of Feyre and the fact that Feyre could be anybody. Like she does not have to be white. She does not have to be skinny. Like it is just because Sarah wrote her like that, readers can interpret however they want and however they choose. And I think that it is completely in your right to cosplay as Feyre, especially since you are the High Lady of Book Talk. And you are Feyre in my mind, in Grace's mind, and in like hundreds of thousands of people's minds. You are Feyre, and the fact that people make those comments and make a series that it is your rock series. I know what that feels like because like Throne of Glass is my rock series where I go back to and I think about that series and I relate it to my everyday life. That I know exactly what that feels like, and it never gets better because it always somebody is like, oh well, you shouldn't feel that way, and especially like about a book series and stuff, and you're like, well, it got me through something in my life. And I think especially during quarantine when all of these books were getting hyped, I don't remember when you said you read them, but it is something that kept us all feeling, and it was this escapism. A lot of readers like to joke about escapism, but it is true, especially when we've been stuck in our rooms for so long and
For months at a time.
you were stuck. And so I wanted to say that you were a beautiful person. And when I literally told Grace, I was like, Kayla is going to be fine, that we're not ready when she comes right on. Like, she's going to be fine. She was super nice in emails. I loved how you were just like so okay with it. I have had the most chaotic week. And I was so glad that you were like so easy and you were like, oh, it's okay. Like, and I was just like, oh, the sweetest person I could have ever met is Kayla.
Yeah.
You guys are so
And
kind.
we just had to like let you know, if you ever feel like nobody out there thinks much of you, just come back to us and we'll let you know. You got 2 ride or dies right here, okay? Just
You guys are the best. Oh my gosh.
to let you know, okay?
I
But you
it just
know,
it irks me that like that is how the cosplay, that's why I never really wanted to get into cosplay, because that would trigger me a lot for stuff. And like the fact that like it's such a roller coaster community is cosplay, and the fact that you could do really well one day and really not well the other. So kind of to like move this forward, how do you deal with like coming up with like content for, especially since you've been moving away from favorite content? How did you decide to do that, and how do you come up with new ideas and new content to create?
Well, a lot of my random ideas I have is like content that I want to see, or like sometimes I have really weird dreams. And so a lot of my ideas come from my dreams, fun fact, whether it's just like a skit thing or just like a random video. And also a lot of my content comes just from audios I come across. Like I hear a song and I just like my creative juices get flowing and I'm like, oh,
yeah.
I picture this or
Like
like stuff like that.
audio, and then like you're like, oh, I know exactly what I'm gonna do with this.
Yes. Or I'll listen to it a couple times and be like, "Okay, okay."
Yep, I know exactly what you mean. I have like so many drafts right now of like sounds, and like a while ago I was like saving, so I have so many sounds saved, and I
I
was just like, okay, I can't keep saving these sounds and then forgetting that feeling when you first hear it, that idea that sparks in you that makes you save the sound, it leaves, and then the sound is just there. So like I started like doing this thing of like saving TikTok sounds and recording like 5-6 seconds, writing a quick type out of what it is, save it for when I'm in the mood to record.
I
Cause
do that too. I do that too.
like it's literally one of the best things, because like I have so many cosplay sounds that I like want, because like I'm trying to start doing more cosplay, and because I love From Blood and Ash, and so I was just like, I'm gonna cosplay Poppy and that's like gonna be my thing. So I was like, that I'm gonna start getting into it. And so like I dyed my hair red and I was like, I'm committing. This is it. This is gonna be my thing. And like I started getting all my things together, and then I started saving sounds, but then I would forget what I was using that. So now I have so many sounds of just like it'll just say like Poppy cosplay, or it'll be this scene from this book or this scene from that book, because like certain sounds trigger like the the like imagination where you just see something coming together. You could be like, this could be this person, this could be this. Man, if I could like, if I swear, if I could be a director and have like all, I swear the best films would be put out. But I'm not that talented.
Retweet, retweet.
So question. So I think I don't know if you've seen, but um Beth was put into Victoria, I forgot her name. The girl who does all the like the songs. She did like the
Oh yeah.
theme song. She put out a video like it was like a Moss World. And we know like Starbit Creation does their also the hate that Starbit Creation got after the Akatar fandom. Can we just moment of silence for how shitty the Akatar fandom is?
Mm,
Hmm.
mm.
I, I so are you would you rather so I'm gonna ask you would you rather see like a fan created film for Akatar or a like high produced but it's a Sarah J. Maas H like Hulu produced, so we might not get everything we want versus like a fan cast where it might be low budget, but a lot of what we want is in there. What would you rather have?
Definitely the fan cast, like definitely the
Yeah.
lower production where it's yeah.
Because I'm scared about like what the bat wings are gonna look like. I think
Don't,
every
don't get
Yes.
me. It's, I honestly think that this is what they'll do because I'm, broadening the scope because I do teach at a school and it's a small school, but like we did put on like stage productions and I was like the set designer for it. Um and props on just a play, the worst, right? Can you imagine like a movie where you have to put hours of makeup and all of these things, carrying these things and putting them together and all of these? I bet you what they would do is that they would have it where the Bat Boys don't have their wings all the time.
Yes.
I feel like they would do something where they could call on to show their wings, or
yeah.
like that they're there but they're like a phantom and it'll like disappear, like they're not always with their wings, they're only with their wings when it's time to fly or when it's time to fight.
You.
I swear that it's going to be something like that, just to like save on the editing and the special effects, or to
Yes.
save on like the actual prop work because they're not trying to do all of that.
Yeah, that was my thing. Is who would okay? So we all know Hulu is doing it. Who would you have wanted to do it? If it was if a different like if Netflix, HBO, Stars, who would you have wanted to do it and produce it?
I don't even know. I really like HBO. I like some of their shows and some of their productions and stuff, so I'd probably say them. Because I love Game of Thrones, but we all know how that
Oh
ended with
my
Oh,
god.
season 8. But
that,
yeah.
can we side note the ending for Game of Thrones? I have blocked out of my mind. I literally will rewatch all the whole series and I will stop at season 7. Like the end of season 7, I will stop.
Yes.
I haven't
That's
even
mentally
watched
where it
it.
ends.
I haven't even, so it does not exist in my mind. In my mind, Game of Thrones ended at season 7 because I refused to watch season 8.
Yes.
I don't, what season 8? I have no
Season
idea
8
what
who? I
yeah.
don't know her. I don't know season 8.
I think that's the difference between like what Game of Thrones would happen and what would happen with Akatar. Because Akatar, we already have like the first, we have like 3.5, 4 books. So we have time for like, and I don't even know how many books she's doing in the series because like I really don't know where it's going. Like I
I
really
don't
don't know
know either.
where this is going because I feel like she's wanting to move on. I feel like she's wanting to move on, and she really did A Court of Silver Flames because she had all this Nesta like content and stuff and wanted to put it in, but I'm like, where's this going? I
Honestly, I think the only place that it can go is like to that crossover that she set up.
uh, yeah.
Oh, that,
It was
what?
just echo from
That's you now. But yeah, That's what I think. I think that it'll be like that crossover that she's setting it up because like we have, like they say that I haven't finished Throne of Glass. I'm going to get to it soon, okay? Guys, don't come at me. I'm getting to it soon. But that scene in Kingdom of Ash, I do know a little bit of that, just that there's something there. And it happens in Akasif, that little moment, right? And in Crescent City, there's the books and this theory that the sword that Rune carries is, it talks about like when the daggers are combined or something like that, that the truth teller dagger that Azrael has is supposed to go with like the light, the sword that Rune has, something like that. But there's all these things, right? And I think that the only way that she could fulfill or keep it going is just setting up things to cross them over for Crescent City. I think Crescent City is where she's really taken off on, because ACOTAR, I mean, what else are you going to do? Besides the other characters, I would love to see novellas of the other courts because they're more interesting to me, but who knows? Who cares?
Let's see if this, how does this sound?
That's
Okay.
better.
I'm going to hold my microphone because I don't want to set up my mic stand. But that's one of the things I'm excited for is the TV show is we're going to hopefully get more of the courts and see what happens with Elaine and Nesta while Feyre's away. Because I was wondering, that's why if like she wrote a novella, like like a middle one, like right between here about like what was happening. Sorry, I have my ACOTAR, like all of my ACOTAR books up here.
It's all
like
good.
on display. So that's why I'm like pointing behind me for those listening on like Spotify or audio. I'm like pointing between ACOTAR and Mist and Fury. But who would you want to see? Like which court would you want to see the most?
Me thinking. I make weird faces when I think, okay?
I'm really stumping you.
No, it's great. I love this. I think the summer court would be a lot of fun,
Yeah.
in my opinion. But I also love Tarquin like a lot. So
the summer court aesthetics are like they're it. And like literally when I think of like the summer court, I think of like Santorini in Greece.
Yes.
That's like literally like I see white buildings with hints of like blue and teal and the blue waters and like the rocky mountainscapes around and just beautifully tanned and white-haired people and dark-skinned with the white hair and the eyes, because like when they were in the summer court, that's like the one thing that I like paid attention to is like everybody was like really really tanned, which I'm like, yeah, it does summer. But the only thing I'm kind of icky about the summer court is that there are no lesser fae there, or I think that was like a thing. But aesthetics,
yes, we love the aesthetics.
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 Aesthetic. That's literally the only safe thing about all of these things. Aesthetics. That's the only good thing about these.
Yes.
If that isn't true, because like they're colonizers. If you think about it, they are colonizers. Like they literally want to colonize the human lands. Like they are like I'm sorry, I would never want any of them. I mean, except Helion.
Listen, Helion could get it.
I matched with Helion. He is my mate. I took that like the test that like everybody was taking, and he was like my top, and I was like, I have won. I have won.
Oh my god! Have you taken that quiz?
What did you get?
Who did you get?
Guess.
Watch her get Tamlin.
No.
I knew exactly who you got when you looked at and you were like, I knew exactly who you got because I was like, she's Feyre, so of course she's gonna get Tamlin.
No, I got Tamlin, and then my second most compatible one was Rhysand.
Oh my gosh! So you're basically Feyre in ACOTAR. Only in ACOTAR. You did not get the character development to go to Miss
Yeah,
Tempura.
I haven't gotten that yet, but like, yes.
Give it like 6 months and then
Yeah,
we'll
give
see.
me a couple months, then we'll recheck in. We'll check in again.
A little bit, you know.
That's so I knew exactly when your face when you were like, I was like, oh Tamlin, like sorry. I'm so sorry, sweetie. You really got the short end of the stick.
So far that quiz has been pretty accurate.
Yeah.
And very funny because like I think like my main love interest in the ACOTAR series is Cassian. That's my type right there. And so like it was like I think it was like Cassian, and then I had like Reese in there, but I had Tamlin like right under him. I think it was okay. So it was Cassian as 86%, Tamlin as 63, Eris as 59, and then Reese. And I was like, oh, okay, this doesn't make sense, but okay. It's fine. I'll take it. As long as Cassian is up there, I'm totally fine with whatever else. I don't care about the rest because I know Cassian would take me.
I mean, I'm looking at mine, and so I had Helion, Azriel, of
That's
course.
your love.
Like
That's your love.
that Azriel, it's like Azriel and Rowan are my top. I had a Rowan shrine, so I only have Rowan though right here. But I literally 3D printed a book in my BIA class. I 3D printed a book.
Oh my gosh.
It says I love Rowan. My teacher thought I had a boyfriend, and I went, no. And he goes, who's Rowan? And I went, a fictional character.
Hey, you did not need to out yourself. For all he knew, Rowan was
too
out
Yeah,
there.
you could have said Rowan was real.
You could
Rowan, yeah.
You could have ran away.
I can't be pressured like that because my friends knew I was lying. My friends were sitting there with my friends were
No. How much funnier would that have been to just be like, yeah, he's my boyfriend. Yeah. And you know what? He's so good. Like he has all of these tattoos on his face and he has blonde, white hair. And his eyes are like so green. Oh my gosh, he's the most handsome person ever. Of course, I would make this book for him. I love him so much. You know, like, and he has his favorite animal is like a hawk. Like, how unique is that, guys? Right, class? Come on. I would have ran away with it. I would have gone. Girl.
Half of the class knew because I already had said it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do a fictional character when I did it. So like I was already in the gutter. Okay. I was already in the gutter. But yes, I have a little thing that says like I love Rowan. I 3D printed it with my library. Yeah.
That's like the best thing. Oh god.
And I also have like I have 3 Rowan candles. 2 from the bookish box, which Grace actually gave. Grace gave me 1. And I'm not gonna light it because it's like a really nice one. But then I have like 1 right there, and then I have. Let me go grab it. Grace, talk. I'm gonna go grab my other one.
It's a healthy obsession, okay? It's a thing that we all love. But like, really quickly, let's be honest. When you think of these characters, do you actually see someone when you're looking at like thinking of them? You do?
Yes.
I only see snippets of them.
Oh.
Yeah, I do too. I don't see their full face.
I'll explain it right now. Go ahead, show your thing to our YouTube watchers. The beauty.
So I took a Jesus candle and I removed it, and then I printed out a fan art from Merwild of Rowan and glued it on.
I love that. I love that. That
so
is
when
the best.
I say I love Rowan, I love Rowan.
It's a thing.
I love that.
Oh yeah.
So much.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would I ever want a man to punch me in the face? No. But
never.
Rowan. Maybe Rowan. If it was Rowan, I might accept it. If he's training me to be the queen and learn to use my powers, maybe, yes, maybe, baby. I'm so ashamed of myself. I am so ashamed of myself.
Listen,
I have no shame in reading smut, but I have shame in my obsession with Rowan. Because I am full proud. My TikTok is all smutty reads. That candle just reminds me. I literally like showed a video of like my Rowan like thing, and people were like, "I love this," and then a lot of people were like, "Dude, stop."
you
I
need
was just like,
help. You need
I
help.
need help. I need a boyfriend. I need a tall.
Me.
I need a tall guy who will let me dye his hair platinum blonde.
Or better yet, that he already has it dyed on.
That's true.
ready.
I think I'm gonna put it in my Tinder profile as, "Hey, can I dye your hair?" And that's gonna be it.
Oh my gosh.
Dang.
It's gonna be, I read books, most of them smut. Can I dye your hair?
You
That's
gotta
it.
keep that on the low, because that's like a
No,
surprise. It's like
no,
a
no. I am crazy, Kayla. I am a crazy bitch. You have to like. My friends know that like I am a crazy person. I am crazy. I have to be upfront, or they're gonna be scared. If they can't deal with me when I'm crazy, then they can't deal with me at all.
That's a mood. That is a mood. Retweet.
I'm gonna be
Yes.
honest. I mean, I'm not looking for a boyfriend, but
I am.
I know
Well,
we're already planning your wedding. We send like each
We
other
are.
TikToks of like wedding stuff.
Oh yeah, we have it planned. My wedding has been planned down to like the videographers. We have like the party flavors, like the themes, how it's gonna go, the dresses, the little wedding hat. It's all planned. Do I have a boyfriend? Do I even have a person in real life that I have feelings for? No, but that we'll get there. We'll get there.
You know, I
It's a
mean,
work in
like,
progress.
I found my roommate a boyfriend, so I have a feeling I can find you one too. If I can
Yeah.
just log into your Bumble account and just like go at it. I mean, okay, it was funny. So Tish, our friend Tish, we have a group chat together, and Grace was sending like their responses to stuff, and my responses. I think one of them. Should I read it?
No.
I'm gonna read my response. I think
No. Where can I mute Maggie?
so. They said something to you, and I was like, "Oh, you should say." I said I would say something dirty, and then it was like, what did I say? I was like, "Oh, I would look better under you," or something like that.
Look.
And I was like, you have to be up front, Grace. You have to be up front. And I was like, "Oh, you should say something dirty."
And listen. I am bold, but when it comes to myself and talking to the opposite sex, I am I'm a little timid. I'm a little shy. Okay. I can't do it. But could I help you out? Yes, I can. I could be like, you could definitely say this, and it'll be like, it'll open him up more so he'll talk or blah, blah, blah. Can I do that for myself? No. But when has that ever been the case for readers? We are better at giving relationship advice than actually putting it into action.
I feel like that's so true, because I feel like that's why I read, is that I don't have to talk to people, and like I can have relationships, and you can live vicariously through these characters, but you don't have to have that struggle of like being in a relationship and like actually having to talk to somebody and actually having to deal with somebody else, because I cannot do that. Like I already have to deal with Grace. I already have to deal with Tish. I already have to deal with Eamon. I already have to deal with Melissa. I already have to deal with so many other people in my life. I cannot handle a man. I can handle women. I can handle women and
Oh,
friends. I can
okay.
never
So
handle a man except Ada. That's the only other guy I can handle. Is my friend Ada. That's the only other person.
quick fact. So apparently a person can only have 5 sustaining relationships in their life, supposedly. That's why you only have like really your like diehards are very, very little. Yeah, count them up. Yeah,
You?
it's like barely there, right? If you have five perfectly, and if you
Does
have
my
the
sister
only
count?
probably, but apparently that's what it is. You have the only capacity, social capacity for five well-sustaining, emotionally close, well-founded relationships, right? When you find a significant other, that person takes up two spaces, and you are only left with three.
This is why I'm never. Men ain't shit. Men ain't shit. Okay, that just reaffirms that men ain't shit.
I like my men fictional, and that is
Yes.
it.
And if they're fictional, that's like every day of the week you can have five
A new
different.
one. You just switch them
You
out.
can
Yeah.
have
You
one
just switch them
either.
out. It's
You
fine.
have your own harem of fictional men.
Oh my
Literally.
goodness. Who does not? I have no, that's not even true. Cause like every time somebody asks me, like, how many book boyfriends do you have? I'm like, oh, I have Cassian and Castile and uh I'm
You want
sure
me to
there's
start naming
more
them?
in there.
Do
And
you
I
want
can
me to
never
start naming them?
oh, please name them for me because I can't remember them.
So we have Castile, we have Cassian, we have most recently we have Dean, we have Logan. Not really Garrett. We're not going to put him. We have. Let's see, what else have you read? Based on what you haven't read for 2 months, but we'll go back to like February, January. Let's say Al no, Altair was one of your book boyfriends. We'll say Reed Diggory has always been like a stable book boyfriend for you. Let's see, what else? Who else?
See, and that's it. You can't really
Yeah,
think more. You can't
yeah.
really think
I mean,
more.
I named a lot. Okay, I
You
named
did
a
name
lot.
you did
I'm
name a
like,
lot.
I'm half of. I'd like to say I'm half of Grace's brain.
She
So
really is.
I literally like. I literally text her to remind her when we have a podcast. Literally, and she still forgets.
And this is me being the older one.
The more
And
financially stable one, the one who has an actual job, the one who has a house. Well, me, I leech off my parents. I work at a bookstore. I have debt. I am a college student. I am not mentally stable. And I can know when we have a podcast. Sorry, Kayla. We are ranting at each other.
You are good. It is all good. I am living for this. I'm having
this
so
is
much
like
fun.
this is the best. These are but that's how like always um couples always like they have to balance each other out. So pairs always have to be one has to be like crazy and adventurous and like out there and just doing everything, and then one has to be boring. The same goes for best friends. There always has to be
So you're
one.
saying you're the boring one. I'm
Yeah,
kidding. I'm kidding. You're not.
I literally am.
No,
I
how?
literally
How? How are you the boring one? You're the one who's on Tinder and going out there.
and
I'm
and
not.
do you see, hold on, let's explain this real quick.
Okay, some of the men though that some of the men that Kayla, some of the men that have hit Grace up, and that's all I
Look,
can say.
look. Some of these men have like I'm trying to be more adventurous because I'm trying to find my fictional person in real life, right? So I'm like, you know what? I gotta lower my expectation. And the bar for men is very low. I gotta go lower than that
Yeah,
and figure
sadly,
that
we
out.
have to lower our
But
standards for
but
fictional
Maggie,
men.
like every time that I get like somebody responding to me, I'll like screenshot it and send it to Maggie. I'm just like, oh my gosh, look at this. The men out there, they are wild. Let's just put it there. I'd rather stick to my fictional men because they're
That one man though,
look.
right? I mean, right?
He looked look, let's describe him for our listeners and our viewers and for Kayla. He is this I think he's 6'4", 6'5", huge guy, muscled, like
But not like a toned muscle, like a well built muscle where it's like he like eats a lot and you can tell because his muscles aren't like too defined, but he still has you can tell he's still very strong because
Anyways, really big, tattooed, and into BDSM.
BDSM.
And so
Kayla's like, okay,
And there it is.
I'm gonna just clock out real quick.
and Tish and Maggie were pushing me to do this.
I told you.
You know what? We're
I
gonna
told you
go
should
away
have
from
said
this
you look
topic.
better under him.
No,
You
no,
should've
no,
said
no,
that
no.
to him.
We're not gonna go into that.
We already are going.
Maggie's over here. Maggie's over here trying to get me into to making my own romance novel, and I'm not ready for all of that. I'm just dipping my toes into the water. She wants me to jump off the deep end. I'm not ready for that.
Sweetheart, there's a barrier, and it's called a cell phone. You can text him and say whatever you want. You never have to meet him. You can ghost
Oh my
him,
goodness.
sweetheart.
Anyways, let's go back to things that don't have to out me. So Kayla,
let's get back to talking about bookish content and just not me and Grace going at each other.
Go back to these. Okay. I know how to get this back. So when I mentioned while Maggie was getting her candle, how you picture these characters when you're reading. What I do is when I'm reading, I picture whatever part is being described in that moment. So if it's talking about him walking or him moving or his chest or whatever, that's what I picture. And it's just like the best thing my imagination can come up with. And it's usually pulled from movie characters, mostly from Henry Cavill and other things, right? And then if I zone in on his lips, it's like the most luscious lips from another person, eyes from this person, nose from it, but it's like a fading, it's only zoning in on that tunnel vision almost. That's how I see it.
I think of it like a movie. You know how when so that the scene in Queen of Shadows, you've read Throne of Glass?
Yeah.
Okay, spoiler warning for Queen of Shadows, skip up 30 seconds, but you know the scene where Rowan comes and he is in the alleyway and Aelin hears him and stuff, and that scene broke my heart. I was so happy when that scene happened. That scene, I imagined it like a movie where I saw her feet running, and when she hugged him, and it pans up to them hugging. That's how I imagined that scene in my head. Versus a lot of people would imagine it from far away, but I was watching her feet run to his feet, and then watching it it spiral up and watching them hug and stuff. That's how I imagine it.
Are you a videographer?
No.
Because legit, that sounds like you would be in the editing room of the TV show. All right, guys, we're gonna pan out at this angle. Then we're gonna jump to camera 2.
Sarah J. Maas, you want to hire me? And I can make ACOTAR actually good.
Hold back.
Hello?
Hold back. Just right there. Hold it. Bring up the steam. Bring up the fog machine.
I mean, I wanted to be I've always wanted to do that kind of stuff, is do movies and stuff. But I know it's never a reality for me. So it's a dream that I've had, but it's not a feasible dream that I'm going to actually pursue. It's that would be fun to do one day. I mean, if I become an author and stuff, and
when we finish our book, we're gonna be so hands-on. The director's gonna be like, why am I even here?
I mean, I'm gonna have to direct it. That's the thing, is I will have to direct it.
Yeah.
Or co-direct. No, I'm gonna be you have to have I have to have the scene of Mireia holding Victoria. That scene, I have it planned in my head.
Oh, we're control freaks when it comes to our projects. But how do you see your fictional characters?
I see them whole, and oftentimes I'll imagine myself in the body of the point of view.
Yeah, that's it.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But very much full specific. Sometimes I picture celebrities specifically talking about fictional men, right? Sometimes I put them in roles almost, but
Mhm.
also a lot of the time it's like a mix, and I almost like imagine a person that's like not real,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I know
which
you.
know.
always confuses people. But like I have like all these people in my head that I know I've never seen before, but just are like I have this whole image of what Rhysand looks like. That's
Yeah.
not a celebrity or anybody I've ever met, but in my head, that is like my comfort. Like I'm like, that is my Rhysand.
Yeah, because like so like there's this thing of like we're so unimaginative creatures, humans, that we cannot create a face. It's more of like a face that you have already seen, whether it's in the background of you walking to the store or like in the background of a TV show. Like you have seen the face that you imagine
Just kind of like
already.
piecing it together.
Yeah, and it's just like you merging a face together from different faces. And I feel like that's usually kind of like when you like think of the character, you can like see the character, but he doesn't really look like anyone, but he does look like that character. And I feel like that's like going to be my biggest fear when it comes to like bringing these characters to life, because it's just like, but that's not him. Because we can do it for like the main characters, because they are like, great women, right? And we can see great women be portrayed almost any way, because it's usually like what they do, how they speak, how they hold themselves. It's not so much on how like they look, although that may be a part of it, but it's more of just like how they're portraying themselves.
Well, I
Like
think
that's how I see like a really strong
yeah.
woman. Whereas a man, if it's especially if it's a fictional man, it's like no one ever is gonna look that good. It's
I mean,
not.
especially when they're written by women.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Let's all be honest.
Yes.
Like nobody will ever compare to what Rowan looks like in my head. Nobody will
Never.
ever like even when I like think of Rowan in my head, I don't think of Rowan like this. Like I don't. Similar, yes, but that's not what I think of Rowan in my head because I've constructed this like whole Rowan scenes in my head. But
Oh, okay.
um not that like the scenes from like the books and stuff, but um especially the Empire Storm scenes. We're not going to talk about it because Grace hasn't read it yet, but
Anyways. Yeah, I
so
get what
kind
you
of
mean.
my question for you, well, kind of like talking about it like in the cosplay realm and stuff. Are there like because we know you're Feyre, the High Lady of Book Talk. I'm just gonna keep bowing to you every single time I say that. I'm just gonna be
Oh
like,
my god.
High Lady of Book Talk. Um, so have since you've done Feyre before, are there any characters that you are interested in cosplaying as or putting more out there that maybe aren't that well known or have been done before, but you want to do your take on them?
And it
Um,
doesn't have to be ACOTAR, it could
Yeah.
be any fandom, any book series.
yeah, yeah. I have been thinking about in the past, I've kind of like done a little bit of like Addie LaRue from The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I adore that book. I see myself in Addie so much, and I've really felt the pull or been thinking about possibly cosplaying her or doing some Addie content to
Mhm.
try to bring her to life. I don't know.
I still need to read the book. I have the book. Eamon has literally texted me so many times. She's like, "Have you read Addie LaRue? Have you read Addie
Just checking
LaRue?"
in.
And I'm like, Eamon, I still haven't gotten my audiobook. I'm like 76th in line, okay? So I like have to wait. But that's interesting because like I know it's harder to like I know Beth recently changed their username. It used to be Mosh Trash, but now it's Who's Lovely. Who's the Lovely? Who is I'm looking at right now. I have it pulled up.
Who the Lovely.
Yeah,
Who the Lovely. I mean, she is a goddess.
literally.
Goddess.
I'm always in awe of Beth.
Like
That's just the
Beth,
tea.
looking at Beth with the blue corset.
The blue corset
Beth
is
with the blue corset. Also, so sad for us gays. She's not a part of the LGBTQ plus community. She said she was straight, and I was like, no. I saw that video, and I was like, no. I was like, the boys have won yet again. But
So funny
I
you
mean,
mentioned. Oh, sorry, I interrupted you.
no, keep
Go,
going.
go, go.
It's so funny you mentioned the blue corset because she sent me a picture of when she got it, or she like showed me it, and I literally was like, you could step on me and I would say thank you.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like, thank you, excuse me.
You know that trend where like people like step on like the phone? They need to do that
Yes.
now. Like
Yes.
multiple videos, like a daily footstep, please. Like with different
If they
shoes.
did that like every single day, I would be satisfied. I would be like, this is all I need. This is all I need.
This is everything I've ever dreamed of. This is
This is
everything.
the only content TikTok should be pushing.
Is
Wait.
Beth stepping on us? Just imagine, like Beth would be like, "Are you sure? Like, are you sure you want me to do that?" And she'd be like, "Are you okay?"
No, we're not. But
I mean,
what's
Beth
new?
knows.
What's new?
Everybody knows. Like everybody who literally comes on the podcast realizes how crazy I am. Like, I mean, it's great. Beth was so nice. I was talking to Kayla earlier before we started how we were 4 hours talking with Beth.
Oh yeah.
4 hours.
Dude, and you mentioned like the blue corset, but like when she got like all the other ones too, I just gotta say like the whole awakening with like everybody getting corsets, I'm like, y'all, this is, why did we ever take corsets out of the equation? Like
I know.
it's first of all, it looks amazing. Second of all, like, it helps with like, your posture and helping you, when it's worn properly. And number three, it looks amazing. Like, oh, gosh, I need to get my hands on more of them. And you have a couple of corsets too, right? But not the one.
Wait, are you asking me or?
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I own a couple. I recently got a new red one that I absolutely adore. I love it.
So
they're amazing.
When like I think it's Corinne Thorne. She does a lot of Aelin cosplays, and Isabella Lightwood. I don't know the character. I saw her do like a whole haul. So like, where do you get most of your like costume pieces from?
It kind of depends. Like it depends on what I'm doing. Like for Feyre, it's just a lot of taking like cool tone dresses that I found and pairing them with like celestial jewelry. For more of like just my general fantasy ones, like a dress I wear all the time I got at Target for like $20, and I got this little corset waist thing off of Amazon for like 10. And then my newest piece that I like for costuming and stuff is literally a corset that I got on sale at a Ren fair. So like I don't have like a specific place that I
want
get anything.
Go to a Ren fair. I saw like people going. I think I saw it on TikTok, and it was like 2 assassins going to the Ren fair, and I was like,
so fun.
And then I saw the video of you and Beth at the Ren fair, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, we had so much fun. It was a dream come true.
I was like, I'm only
to
5 hours away. I could have come. I'm just in Kansas.
Next time.
I'm only in Kansas. Wait. Yes, I'm in Kansas. I was like, wait, am I in Kansas? I was like, am I in Kansas? Well, Missouri is literally like right there. So it's I also live in Nebraska too. So it's like a triangle. It's in Iowa
up there somewhere. Yeah.
It's like the 4 corners, basically.
Literally.
The 4 corners of the Midwest. It's Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, and Missouri.
Yes.
It's where I live. Which is funny because I'm actually from Texas, so it's interesting.
You're all up in the middle. You're just all in there.
I'm Midwest born and raised.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Wait,
where was the Ren Fair?
It was a little bit out of Omaha, Nebraska. I forget the name. I think it was called Papillion. It was right by Omaha.
I'm so
that was
glad
literally 20 minutes away from me. That was literally 20 minutes away from me. I go to school in downtown Omaha.
Bro. Wait. What?
Yes, I go to school in downtown Omaha. I go to Creighton University in downtown Omaha.
Oh my god.
I literally could have showed you Omaha.
Missed opportunities, people. That's why you always got to let people know where you're at, even though they don't really care. Because somebody will care, and it will happen.
I was in Omaha at that time. I was still in school. I was like at school and stuff. Did y'all drive? How far did you drive to get there?
Let's see. It's a little under an hour between me and Beth, and then it was another 2 after that. So it was, for me, it was like 3 hours.
Wait,
but
y'all are not that
yeah.
far. Wait, we'll be so close because I'll be in Omaha. I'm living in Omaha for the next 2 years of my life. I have an apartment too. So if y'all ever want to come to Omaha and stay a night,
you guys should go and then like have Maggie like record and direct your video snippets. She's got
Please.
I would do it. I would do it. I would do it. If only my only payment is Beth stepping on me.
And knowing her, she'd be like, Maggie, I don't know about this.
Like, Maggie, are you okay? I'd be like, yes, Beth. My form of payment, just step on me one time. Just one time, Beth. Just square on the face. Just one time.
Oh my God.
It would be like the most insane thing. If this ever happens, Kayla, you have to record it and then send me Maggie's reactions.
I know. Yeah, I go to school. I live in Omaha, Kansas. So, but yeah, I'm gonna be living officially in Omaha. So next time y'all go to the Ren Fair in Omaha.
Oh my God, yes.
And I will take y'all out to like my favorite like brunch place and stuff. And I know all the good places to eat. But Papillion, I go there for like a haunted, like there's this like land place. It's called a farm.
A land place.
It's just well, you know what? It's a farm. That's what it is. It's a farm.
It's a farm, and they have like haunted houses and stuff, and that's in Papillion. So when you said that, I was like 20 minutes away from me. Like Omaha is so small. Like Bellevue, Papillion, Omaha, Gretna. I know all the stuff.
Me in California, like, hey guys.
No, it's not fair because like Pauline and Tish live in California near you, and I'm like,
that is true. That is true.
So
I get the romance.
Are gonna be without you, and you can go with Tish and Pauline. I'll just be living on cloud 9, okay?
You get the beautiful cosplayers, and I get like the romance lovers.
But that's like we literally swapped because I'm the one who does all the smutty romance,
and I'm the fantasy one. Yeah. It's perfect. It's literally how it's meant to go.
FaceTime each other.
It's the best.
I think that's so funny that like y'all were in Omaha and I was literally like in my room when I watched that and I was like, oh my God, they're together.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. No, the funny thing is I was thinking about working at that Ren Fair. Like I was like, oh, I was looking for a summer job and I was like, oh, maybe I'll like work at the Omaha Ren Fest. Like the one like by there. And I was like, oh, it's like close to school and stuff. I could
Dude, your gut feeling was telling you something. People, listeners, listen to your intuition. It is
follow that intuition.
Something.
I am so sad at this, but I will direct any video you want if Beth will just step on my face.
That can be arranged. Trust me. I'm gonna DM. It will be arranged.
Kayla's gonna be like lifting Beth's legs. Just
literally, like I'd be like, Beth, come on, do it for us. Come on.
You're like, Beth, just step. And Beth's like, no, and you're like, Beth, step, and she's like, I'm gonna hurt her, and I'm like, do it, and you're like, Beth, step on her face, and I'm like, step on my face, and Beth's like, no.
Oh my gosh, the chaos that alone would bring.
That scene alone would bring.
We need multiple angles, multiple guests. Yeah,
we'll have a shot from my face. We'll have a shot behind Kayla's shoulder, like pointing at Beth, and then like a shot of a close up of Beth at her face. She's like, no.
in the middle of it, somebody is in the background playing music to
There's just a piano guy playing the piano, like song.
oh gosh, it would be a masterpiece.
The Twilight blue filter. And it's like
Yes.
raining and like
Yes.
y'all
Can
are
we
both
also have a violinist? Can we have somebody in the background
yes.
just like
this short film already is one of probably the best things that I have seen, and it's not even like a actual thing yet.
We could make it like a 10-minute film.
Oh,
And
Yes.
it starts. The opening credit is like me laying on the ground, and it like comes up to my feet, and then you just see me going, Beth, please, Beth, and then Beth looking down, she's like, I can't, and then you're like, what is happening? And then it pans out, and then you see Kayla go, step on her, Beth, and it's like dramatic raining, and like everybody's like face is plastered and it's muddy. And
oh
then
gosh.
like, no, this is a scene already in my head.
hold on, I'm asking Beth. Oh, Beth wants me to say hi to you guys and that she loves you guys.
Oh my gosh, hi.
I'm asking her, I said, I'm gonna say if I asked you to step on someone for me, would you do it?
Oh my gosh.
Let's see what her reaction is.
No.
She'd probably be like, depends who.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike, I'm texting her, I said, if I asked you to step on someone for me, no. For us, would you do it?
It's the ultimate form of
Perfect.
payment. It's the ultimate
It's
form of
ultimate
payment, and
compliment.
it would be a compliment to be stepped. But she has to be wearing her blue corset.
Yes, that is a must. Don't worry about it.
corset.
Yes. Yes.
Blue corset is a must.
It has to be. I love that. That was the scene that I created in my head. I already have it planned out. So we're gonna have a shot. We're gonna have like rain, and Kayla's face is gonna be plastered. Her makeup's gonna be. She's crying, and she's like, "Just step on her, Beth. Just step on her." And then she's getting angry, and you're like doing your like Feyre cosplay. And then Beth is like, I don't know what cosplay she'll be in. She'll be in her Nesta cosplay. So she's really angry, but she's crying. And so you never imagine Nesta crying like that. But Beth is like, no, I can't. I can't do it for you. And
Dude, you are literally this is like the best like pitch ever. Maggie,
Yes.
so what I'm basically hearing is that as they start putting the ACOTAR TV show team together, they need to put you on the inspirational.
from all my acting
process.
101 class that I took this semester, my one acting class.
Hey, it only takes one class to spark up the talent. It only takes one cosplay video, takes one book to change your life, and the snowball effect just takes hold of it. You never know where it's gonna
That
go.
is true.
Okay.
no, sorry, Beth. If Beth listens to this, Beth, I respect you as a human being. I'm so sorry if this made you so uncomfortable. I love you. I love the content you create, and this is all a joke. I love you. I'm a big fan.
It's mostly a joke. Mostly
a joke,
Mostly.
except you stepping on my face. Everything else was a joke.
mostly a joke. It's okay. But yeah. Okay.
I hope she never sees this episode. I hope she doesn't see the end of this episode because
you're just gonna
me just yelling, step on her face. That's cute.
You know what it's gonna be? It's like when Beth is watching this back, it'll be like stop right before this whole segment.
It's like
It'll
Beth.
be like this section of the episode is no longer available to you. We are sorry for the inconvenience.
I'm putting that edit in. I'm gonna do a voice. I'm gonna be like, hello, Beth. It's Maggie.
If you're listening to this, this is the moment where you skip to the end.
I think you should leave. I don't want you to see the rest of this video.
Oh yeah,
Beth.
definitely not.
Have a good day, Beth. Step on my face, Beth.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
wait, how did you guys actually become friends, you and Beth?
She posted, so actually, fun fact, Beth and I did not like each other for like a long time.
I thought that too. I thought y'all didn't like each other for a very long time.
But here's the kicker. So we're both very witchy people, right? And so Beth had posted something about Aphrodite. And then I slid into her DMs. It was like, oh, if you need any help or questions, I'm here for you. And then we just kind of started talking. And then we realized that we're like the same person.
Wasn't this like pretty recently?
It was back in December. So it's been a little bit, but yeah. And then we just like FaceTime one time. I did a tarot reading for her, and just like from that moment onwards, we were like inseparable. Like I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
other than it's just like we just like clicked, and then we realized all the reasons we didn't like each other was because we're so similar. If that
Yeah,
makes any
that
sense.
usually happens is why people don't like each other is because they're too similar. That's why enemies to lovers is the ultimate trope.
Love that trope
Ultimate
so
trope.
much. But yeah, Beth is the best. She has been through me through like so much this past year and like the past couple weeks. Like she's like my rock. And Beth, if you're watching this, I literally love and adore you. I call
Oh,
her my
remember, she
radiant
already
star.
left. She already
Yeah.
left, so
I call Beth, fun fact, my radiant star that shines upon my darkest night. She just like came into my life. And then we finally got to meet in person a little bit ago. And she's like, we always have this joke that like I'm like a kite and she's like the rope. Right. So like whenever we're going, she's like, I'm your rope. Like we just like balance each other out. Like I don't know how to explain it other than she's just
No,
like,
but that's like perfect.
That's
Because
like
like remember how I was saying, like
yeah,
there's that balance.
I know. I was like, like that's with me and Beth. Like we're very similar, but we're also like very different
Yeah.
enough that we're not too similar, but we also like balance each other out
Yeah.
so well.
You guys
Does that
are
make sense?
oh my gosh,
They're
now
the
I want
same-
you to do my tarot reading. I've never
Oh my god, anytime just message me, be like, hey, are you busy? Whatever. And I'll be like, no, I'm not, because I don't really like, yeah, sure.
well, I'm usually reading smut, so like I'm really busy, but I'll try.
If you ever have any downtime and you want a tarot reading, just
Okay.
let me know, okay? You just let me know. I'll hook you up if you want.
That sounds awesome. And it's crazy how like those are like the friendships that like literally come together so easily after like some time, but it's like that one meeting or like that one FaceTime call, and then
And
it's
it
just
just
like
changes everything.
That's what happened between Grace and I. It was like our one like FaceTime call, and I would be on your live and stuff, and then we like officially we were like, okay, let's write a book together, and we went on a FaceTime call, and you can't lose me, bitch. Now
and now I'm stuck with
stuck
you.
with you.
It's fine.
I mean,
Love that though.
you would not be thriving right now if it wasn't for me.
True.
I feel like I just watched like the cutest moment just happen. Like I'm in awe of you guys. You guys are the best.
Oh my gosh, that
Yes.
means a lot. It's funny. It's funny because like for Beth's episode, I love how we're just talking about Beth. I think that's gonna be the title of the title of this episode is gonna be A Court of Kayla. We actually talk about Beth.
Beth. Yeah.
It's just gonna be A Court of Kayla, but really it's all about Beth.
Literally.
That's the episode title is At a Court of Kayla. ... Or like is that a semicolon? No, it's a colon.
Grammar.
Grammar 101.
I swear.
Grammarly.
Yeah.
Do not. I'm helping my students write an essay right now, and I'm, a teacher or whatever. Ask me if I know where to put a semicolon.
What'd she say?
She just says,
Oh, she responded?
she just goes, yes. Who? Say the word.
The energy.
She has to say no for that scene, okay? That scene still lives rent-free in my head.
Beth is such a good actress. She
Oh, she's so
literally fabulous. Okay.
You both are.
You both
You
are.
both are.
This is coming
Bring that
from
back
one
around to
semester of
yourself too,
acting.
because you both are.
Yes, my one semester of acting. Yes, you are very good, and I think
Yes.
that's why cosplayers are really good. Is it's a form of acting through TikTok that really hits an audience. It targets.
And it's so fun when you're like putting together these scenarios and like filming them, like yourself in your room or whatever. You feel fun doing them, and it feels like you're basically playing dress up. And all of us as kids, we all did it, and now some of us are still doing it, and it's even fun.
I think
More
it's
fun.
also like a form of expression, right? Like I know with what was it? Was it last week? About a week ago, I posted a video to is it Good For You? Olivia Rodrigo's
Let me look
new
it up.
song. And it's supposed to be about a boy, and I kind of made it about a boy, but I kind of also made it about a recent friend breakup I had, and it was like therapeutic. Like that's one thing I'm realizing with this stuff is
Oh,
like
that video is so aesthetically pleasing. That video is the most aesthetically pleasing. Like, oh my god, it's so good. It is such a good video. I
Thank
saw that
you.
video and I like rewatched it like maybe 20 times.
Oh my
It was just
god, thank
I
you.
was just like, oh, like even watching it now, I'm like watching it. I tell you, I'm a fan. Like,
That's how you know you made a good video, because like the emotion that you put into it. But I totally get you what you mean about like it's like you can do a video of like you singing like a breakup song about a ex that you had maybe years ago, but like it hits because there's still that one thing that you just needed to do. And as soon as that video comes out, it's just like it's the best form. Like I have so many
Yes.
videos that I want to do, but they all relate to like my toxic ex-boyfriend. And I'm just like, I can't do that. It's been like, a couple years. But then I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna do this. I
A
need to
fun
relate.
fact about that video is I originally filmed that because I recently went through a pretty big friend breakup.
Hmm.
oh, those are so hard.
Yeah, it's not been great, but I filmed that video to try to get like that off my chest of like kind of my anger and frustration with it and not getting closure and stuff like that. That's neither here nor there. Um, and so I wasn't even originally planning on posting that video like
Yeah.
at all. I just like filmed it for me and for like self like expression and working through that and empowering myself. And then it wasn't actually until I sent it, funny enough, to Beth and to some of our other friends. They're like, you should post this. And then yeah.
I mean, the like cover on your page, it like is so aesthetically pleasing because it's like the red and it's like hitting the from the back, and you're like, oh, it's such an aesthetically pleasing photo and or video. And I have a question. So when you're filming this video, you see it cuts a lot from like multiple outfits and like other stuff, like you with a card, you with like on the corset and stuff. So how did you film that? Did it take like multiple hours where you like costume changing and stuff? And then like how did you edit that together?
So I actually prepped that before. So like I heard the music and I had this idea, right? And like I had this whole like journey and like these clips in my head to like express myself and what I wanted to do for it. So what
Hmm.
I did is I literally just went, and then I planned the shots and then I just replaced the clips in
That's
TikTok.
okay.
And
That's
so
what
that's
I
how I like filmed it all. So I
that's
didn't
what I
have to like
thought.
edit it and stuff, which made it so much easier.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
Because that was my question. Because I saw somebody. That's how I learned to like edit and stuff. Is that you
Yeah.
can? I didn't know that you could reshoot stuff for the longest time. I did
I
not know
didn't
that.
either. It took me up until like
And
maybe 2 months ago to realize I could do that on TikTok.
yeah,
Yeah.
2 months ago, I think somebody posted like a video on how to do it, and I was like, "Whoa, this is game changer for my smutty reviews. Game
The
changer."
game changer. Because like doing the transitions before, it's like, okay, here, cut timer, go, switch costume, and then get it back to the original one. It was such a pain. But now that you're able to like film all the parts from that one costume and then do the other part, it's like the best thing ever. Thank you, TikTok, for it. But you film it all on your phone, like you don't have like another camera, like you do it out of the app that you record, or you just do it all in TikTok.
I do it all in TikTok. Sometimes there's things that I do that I film and then like edit, like specifically some of my stuff in the woods. Sometimes I do if I remember filming like a random fantasy video. But most of the time I do it through TikTok and just like I've just experimented a lot with like lighting and figuring out what looks good on my phone and like how to like do that, you know? It's
Yeah.
just been a lot of experimentation to get it how I
What phone do
want
you
it.
have that you use? Because your camera quality is amazing.
Your camera
Thank
quality is
you.
amazing.
It's the new one. I don't know what
Yeah,
this is
I know which one
called.
you're talking about. Yeah,
The
it's the newest iPhone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was very lucky to get a good deal on this. Otherwise, I would not have gotten, let me tell you, because I traded in my other phone, which made this affordable. And I'm so glad that I did because I'm very happy with
Yeah, I want to.
the
I
deal.
think I might need to get a new phone because I like to drop my phone a lot. So when you drop it a lot, it kind of tends to crack, and like sometimes the cracks go right into the camera. I learned that the hard way with my last phone.
It's the word. I don't really think that they're meant to be dropped on the foam floor, Maggie.
That's what case is for.
To each
Also,
their own. To each their
yes. Also, I said that I responded to Beth and said, Maggie wants you to step on her face so that she'll direct a video for us. And Beth said, say the word, I'm there, time and place. Maggie, I love you. So Beth's down.
Okay, so Beth will step on my face, but we have to make that video of her not wanting to step on my face. That's an
For
iconic
aesthetics. For aesthetics.
for us that we have to. It has to be, but it has to be a TikTok because we can do 3 minutes now on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
it has to be like one of those ones that's like turn your phone kind of thing where you like. Have you seen those? Those turn your phone.
Yes.
Where like
And
they
it's like
edit
super
it.
dramatic and it's like
Yes. Those are like the best ones that I watched.
Yes.
Like, and then like it sucks when you get there early and they only have like part like one up, and
and
it's
you're
like,
like, bro.
I cannot come back to you later.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna forget about this later.
yeah. That's
The worst.
it's but it's also I understand because like I posted a video and it like blew up and I didn't expect that. It's at 200K views now and I was like, no, I don't. Why? This was a shit post video. You're not. This is no. It's about 365 days. No, you're not supposed to.
It's always those videos that
Yeah.
do good that you
Yes.
don't expect.
Thank you. I always say
Like,
that.
literally, it's like
Post videos.
yes.
Because TikTok is a shit post place. But
Oh, yeah.
it's funny because like and people were like, "Well, sis, where's the review? Like, put up the review." And I'm like, "I'm reading it right now. I can't." Like, I was like, as I was reading it, like I posted it that morning, and I was gonna read it that day and then put it up. And I was like, "Okay, I'll get like maybe like 1,000 views. I'll get like, and like some people will say it, and I'll just respond." And then it was like, "Oh no." And I'm like, I'm a very small creator. So like that happening to us is like huge monumental thing. And I was like,
Yep.
it's my most
You
viewed and
went
most
back then.
liked. It's my most viewed, most liked video. And I was like, it is literally I posted my other one is like my review for like my smutty recommendations. And those ones I understand why. But this one I'm like, it's literally me asking, should I buy this book? And everyone is like, yes, you have to review it for us. You have to suffer. And I suffer.
It's literally the ones that you're just like, oh, look at this is going on. Quick, open up TikTok, film this really quick, post that. I guess we'll see what it does. Come back. Those are the ones that are like the best ones. And then like, you know, as a cosplayer, it's just like, dang, y'all don't realize how much work we put into all of this. And then those are always the videos that like don't do well. And it's just
Literally. It gets frustrating sometimes. Yeah.
I think
It's
so. I
just-
saw something and it was about the TikTok algorithm. The less time you spend on the video, the more likely it gets higher views. And the least time it spends in your drafts.
What? Do you know
Like-
how many drafts I have right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I plan ahead. Like I post, like I'll film and then I'll post throughout the week.
Yeah, that's why I think it's always my shit post ones that do well because I will record it and post it automatically because it's a shit post and I'm like have like 5 minutes and I'm like I'll just post it and then it like goes up and I'm like this is really what y'all want? Grace is stunned. Grace is stunned. I just blew Grace's mind.
The TikTok
Because,
algorithm is just whack. It's just
So whack.
It's a
Wow.
love-hate relationship.
Literally.
And it's more on the hate.
yes. Yes.
But
Yeah.
we like it. Look what it has done for us this whole past year, right?
yeah.
If I hadn't gone on Book Talk, which is almost my 1-year anniversary, if I haven't had gone on Book Talk, I don't know where I'd be now.
Whoo,
I'd be richer, that's for sure.
You'd actually have a good amount of money. in
I
your
have money
bank.
saved. I have money saved. I'm an accountant. I have money saved. But the amount is the difference.
My emotional health I'd be more trusting of people because I do not trust authors to give me happy endings anymore. I don't trust characters who come up in my books to actually be good people when they're nice at first. As soon as like a person comes up to me very nice, I'm like, that's
Sus.
suspicious. Where
indeed.
is
Suspicious?
your
Don't be
trauma?
Where is your trauma?
Where's the trauma though?
Where is the trauma?
What flavor of trauma are you sprinkling on me today?
Oh, that's so funny.
You don't, and then they come up to me like, trauma, like, what is that? And I'm just like, oh, then honey, you need to stay away from me. You are not, I do not need this. That's a whole nother level of trauma that I cannot tap it. I do not have the capacity for it. Please,
Oh,
sir,
yeah.
keep your smiles and rainbows and sunshine.
Yeah. Well, I think this is where we're going to have to wrap up because Grace has to actually go to our book club meeting and I actually have to go sign my lease for my apartment. So,
Yes, yes, yes. Big moves.
but seriously, Kayla, I'm being serious. Like, if you want, like, if y'all are going to come to the Ren Fest again next year or something, y'all want to like go the whole day and not have to worry about like driving back and stuff. I have multiple air mattresses now.
Say less. Say
And
less.
I will have
Yes.
I will have a dumb comfy couch. That is our one request for our apartment is we are having a dumb comfy couch.
Yes. Just
And
yes.
I have
It's
books.
yes.
I have all this. I have all the books. You don't even need to bring a book. I can give you a book to read for the night.
Yes. That'll be the
I love
best.
that.
Yes. Well, thank you, Kayla, for coming on, and thank you for actually agreeing. Because as I say always, I never expect anybody to agree, especially the next guest that we have planned. Didn't expect them to
It's
agree.
always a surprise because like we always like think like, oh, you know, we're a small podcast, like nobody's really gonna listen to us, let alone want to be on. But then we hear these stories from our friends saying like people are waiting to be asked to be on, and we're just like, you guys.
Email us. Really, email like don't DM us, email us at a very bookish podcast at gmail.com. I
We
might
love you
not
guys.
answer right away because I am chaotic like that, and I will answer like last minute. Like last night when I emailed UK and I was like 6 p.m. is great. And I was like, it's literally like the day before.
It's all good.
Yeah.
And that's why I
But
liked you. I was like, oh, she's so nice. I got your email while I was at work, and I was like, yeah, okay, great.
we love it when you guys agree to be on because like, and you guys are always like the sweetest people. Like Kayla, you're like one of the nicest people ever. And it's just like we love you guys. And we want to say thank you for coming on and
Yes.
thank you for enduring
Me.
a lot of me and Maggie and
Thank you for
our
enduring me. Like, not even Grace.
our,
Grace is fine.
our
Me. You handled me pretty well.
hey, you saw the dynamic, right? I am the boring one and I take pride.
No,
No,
no.
I
you're
take
the
pride.
rope. You're the rope,
I'm the
and
rope.
Maggie's the kite.
I'm the rope. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yes.
We're
You
gonna
are.
we're gonna borrow your
You're the
your
one who I
little
take my drinks off of.
your little thing with Beth. I am definitely the rope, and it's perfect. But thank you for coming on again. I'm gonna say that like a couple more times, but yeah.
Yes.
And we had so much fun, and we hope you did too. And we
Ton
thank
of
our
fun.
our listeners. Thank you
Yes.
guys.
So thank you guys for listening. As you know, this always goes up Fridays at 6 p.m. Central, both on YouTube and on all of our podcast places, Apple, Spotify,
Oh,
Google.
sorry. Because we've gone on so many tangents, I didn't get to bring this up. Kayla, don't you have an Etsy shop that you're launching?
Yes.
Oh yes, I
Yes.
do have an Etsy shop that I'm doing some fun bookish launches this summer. It's called A Shop of Kayla, and I like to bring books to life through jewelry.
Yes.
If
So
you want to
exciting.
favorite my shop on Etsy, then you won't miss out on the launch.
Whoa.
Yes,
When is
that
your
is
Shameless
first-
self promo.
When is your
Yeah.
first launch?
the best thing.
Oh, I've done launches. Right now there's like nothing up, but my next launch is Addie LaRue. It's inspired by the Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. So
That'll be the best.
When's
Oh,
Eamon's birthday? Me just buys
right.
books.
We should buy like every item from the shop and like give a bulk gift to Eamon. Eamon, she loves. Wait, Eamon, don't listen to this.
Oh, she's not listening. She's not.
You're not listening to this.
At
Anyway,
all.
we'll hit you up, Kayla, after about this.
Yes.
Anyways, so
Self
make
promo
sure,
everything right now.
yeah,
Self
we'll
promo.
we'll make sure to tag Kayla's shop and all her socials in our description. Make sure you guys follow her and look up her Etsy shop so you guys can stay up tuned for her next launch. And make sure you guys follow her on TikTok to watch her beautiful cosplays.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So update. This episode was supposed to go out on June 4th, but I'm moving it to our next Friday, because the person who is going to be the next episode, I don't want it to be too far back, so I'm moving this one up. So Kayla, you're in May as our part of our May guest. We had a lot of guests in May, so you're part of the May gang. So thank you guys listening. Thank you for, I don't like holding this, but I kind of like holding this mic. I feel so like, I kind of love this, but
look like a talk show host.
It's a vibe.
It's
a vibe.
Not you unplugging it. My goodness. Well, I'm gonna wrap this up for us.
And I think this means to end.
This is where we end.
Okay.
Thank you guys for coming. Yes. We'll see you guys next time.
Have a
Bye,
good day.
guys.
Bye.